Hi guys, and welcome to Lizzie Dean Makes. I'm Lizzie Dean, and this is the channel where we make, mend and grow our way to a big life on a small budget. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I thought I would show you some of my finished Christmas hampers. So if you've been watching the whole series, you will have seen the initial thing where I talk about how I do my Christmas hampers, and then you will have seen a whole load of different tutorials on things that I make to go inside the Christmas hamper. So I thought I'd just give you a bit of a catch up at the end to show you what they turned out like. So I will start with this. I think this cardboard box with the plastic sort of window I actually got when my husband went to Poland on a stag do, and he came back from Krakow with a gift for me, which was a Polish mug and some Polish chocolates and tote bag and things with Poland on, and they came in this lovely gift box. So anything that you get like that comes in nice packaging, always keep the packaging because you can make use of it again. So this had the nice box with the window, but it also had the straw-like shredded stuffing material that also helps to keep things from breaking and just looks really nice. So I've made use of that and the box itself to package this one up. And then I've got some Merry Christmas ribbon, which is crossed over at the back and then tied in a ribbon at the front. And I've got a label that I've stamped with a rubber stamp with a lovely soldier, like the Nutcracker type soldier, on the front there as the gift label. So I really like how that was turned out, and it fits quite a lot of stuff in it. The next ones are these red and green wicker baskets. I've got one here and one here in the same basket. So these baskets were from a shop called Well Worth It. I don't know if that's a chain or if that's just local here in Witney, and these were £1.25 per basket. You can get plain wicker colouring baskets like this all over the place, but do go and check out your local charity shops because they're the kind of thing that ends up there and you can get them really cheap. This particular hamper here is a Fortnum & Mason hamper that we found in the recycling at the block of flats we used to live in. So people get these things and they don't know what to do with them. We've been given a number of much larger ones as well over the years by people who know that we do this and they don't know what else to do with them, so they end up giving them to us and we make use of them. Again, don't be shy of telling people you're giving them to if they can give you back the containers and any of the fabric wrapping bags or things like that that you use that are reusable things. They give them back to you and you can use them again the next year. So don't be afraid of saying in advance when giving the gift, but please can we have the packaging back because we can reuse it again the next year. And people are really environmentally friendly and aware of, you know, recycling and repurposing things. They're not going to object. People are also aware that, you know, there's a budget thing to these, and these sorts of containers can cost money. So most people I think would be perfectly reasonable and would give you back the items. Then these little cardboard Christmas boxes, again you can get these in pound shops, you can get them off the internet, and you can get them in places like Clinton's Cards and things like that that do gift boxes, gift wrapping, that sort of thing. They are a bit more on the pricey side because they're probably £1.25 to £1.50 a box depending on the size. The very tiny ones are probably about £1. It's not cheap if you're buying lots of them, but they do work really well. So this is a Secret Santa, and this is a little pamper pack, and they will go out in the post really straightforward because they're not so large, they're quite cheap to post. So you can get quite a lot of little goodies in there, and things like the candy canes or the little bags of individually wrapped sweets, the kind of thing that you would buy for Halloween, that sort of size, individual serving of sweets, work really well as sort of stuffers to hold all the other items in place. So anywhere where there's an empty gap, you can just sort of shove some little sweets in. It does wonders to stop it from shaking around when it's being posted, but it also is nice to eat when they get them at the other end. So these are the smaller boxes that I've done, and then I've got another smaller hamper here. The smaller hampers like this I got for £8 from Hobbycraft a couple of years ago, and again we just ask for them back. People tend to give them back. You might get the odd one that you lose, but in general people are very respectful of the fact that, you know, you put a lot of work into this and it can end up costing a lot of money to set out to accumulate all the stuff that you need. Year on year my stash of hamper making supplies increases, and it ends up being more cost effective each year because I don't have to go out and buy things. I've got most of it. So I'll talk you through some of the little bits and pieces that we did. So on top of all of the things that we made, so we've made chili jam, we've made beetroot chutney, we've made winter spice mulled wine lip balm, we've made a mixture of essential oil, sort of miracle face and eye cream, we've made sugar scrub, we've made bath salts, we've made chocolates, we've done some candles, and we've made mulling spice kits, and we've made Bertie Bott's every flavoured bean packaging. I think that's everything. There were some things that I didn't get around to doing this year that I was going to do, Scottish oat cakes, sugar mice, and the bath bombs. I've got the stuff, but basically I've run out of time because I have to gift these almost all this weekend, so the 9th and 10th of December. So I've just basically run out of time to do any more, but I have gone out and purchased some items. You must leave now. Go outside. Close the door. You're banished.
You actually send me out the front?
You're banished. Go.
With no shoes?
Take me wellies. So some of the other items that I have got, I've got some cooling eye masks that have got a sort of gel inside that are really sort of nice pampering things, and they were less than £1 each from Sainsbury's. I also bought a whole load of face cloths. They were 2 for £2, so £1 each from Sainsbury's. I bought a multi-pack of bubble baths that came in at £5.50 for 6, so less than £1 each. I also bought lots of multi-bags of little sweets, lots of bags of chocolate coins, lots of bags of chocolate little snowmen or chocolate little Santa figurines in foil wrappings. I also packaged up in the same packaging as I did the mulled spices, with the cellophane bags that you get to put greetings cards in if you make your own. You can get them from all the craft stores like Hobbycraft, the Range, places like that. I put wrapping paper in them, and then I packaged those with tea bags of all different flavours. So I like fruit teas, so I had a lot of different fruit teas, and I put just 4 bags of each different type of fruit tea in one of those cellophane bags with a label on saying what kind of tea it was, just as a taster. I've had in the past from my in-laws some tea that I'd never tried before that's become like one of my absolute favourite teas of all time, and I always buy from the supermarket, and I only found out about it because they gave me a box in a hamper one year, so I think it's always a bit of fun. I've also purchased some additional foodie items, so I have got my hands on some beer flavoured barbecue sauce. I have also got my hand on some different chutneys and things. I went to all the different supermarkets and I just looked at what was on offer that was really unusual or sounded a bit fun or whatever, targeted at specific people that I'm making the hampers for. I don't buy anything that costs more than £1, as a sort of general rule, for hamper fillers, and I only buy things when I feel that I need to fill a hamper up with a few more items, or particularly if there are men, because I make lots of products that are for ladies, and then on the men there's really just the jams and the chutneys. We made mixed fruit jam as well, I do tend to try and buy a few items for the men as well. I think that's something that I would really like to hear from you. If you've got good ideas on frugal gifts for men, It's one of the areas I struggle the most with, and I do tend to end up buying things for them because I run out of ideas and time and need to tailor the gift more towards the men who are receiving it. So I think that about sums up what I've done here. This is something that gets cheaper every year you do it, so you know you've got to start somewhere, and you might end up spending quite a lot the first year you do it because you're buying all the casing, the packaging materials, you're buying cellophane, you're buying wicker baskets, you're buying fabric to make the fabric bags with, or you're buying cosmetics tins, jars, things like that. If you then plan for it the next year and you save all of your jam jars, clean them up, use acetone to remove any of the sticky glue that's left after you've removed the labels, and tart them up. That's a great thing for using and saving any packaging like this that gifts come wrapped in that you think might do well for another thing. But also, you know, if you get hampers, or if you know people that have got hampers that they're throwing away, it's a good thing to put out on Facebook or whatever and say, hey guys, do any of you have any boxes like this or whatever that you're throwing away? Especially directly after Christmas, lots of this sort of thing people will receive and then they'll bin it, but you can put on Facebook and say, can I have it? And a lot of people will just give it away for you for free, and you add it to your stash for the next year. So each year your stash builds, it gets cheaper and cheaper to do things like this. And if you're doing the same things to go in all the different hampers, it tends to bring the cost down as well. There are a few things that I only make for specific people who I know are going to want that, and that I don't make for everybody. But in general, I think if you've got the same things in all the different hampers, that's absolutely fine, and it brings the cost down a lot. So trying to generalise the crafts that you choose to do for your hampers is a great one. You're ruining my film.
Huh?
You're ruining my film. Go upstairs, you're banished. So Charlie and James have just come back from walkies, and I've put Charlie in his little Santa outfit so that he can be in the video too. So we are getting a bit festive here. We've just put our decorations up, and I'm in Panto starting from tomorrow for 3 days, doing 5 performances over 3 days. It's going to be exhausting. And all of our friends and family are here. My sister's here now. And then we've got friends and family coming over the weekend as well to see Panto. So it's all chaos for the next few days. So here's Charlie in his little Santa suit. I'll let him go now. So I also wanted to talk to you about this. So this is a frugal gift idea made by my little sister, who is my first frugal living prodigy. I've taught her everything I know. She's my little mini-me. And this is one of the gifts that she made for me this year. So she said that she bought the things on eBay or Amazon? On Amazon, and she just put in plastic clear gift baubles or bauble boxes, and these came up, and they are in 2 parts, so you can open them up and put things inside. So what she's done is she's put a little jiffy bag, a tiny little jiffy bag with some earrings in, and then she's filled it up with jelly beans, and she's sort of trapped the jiffy bag on both corners so that it stands upright in the middle of the bauble. You can see the lovely earrings. But I thought that was a really good gift. So she got 12 for £2.99 of these plastic baubles. So well worth a go, I think. So that about wraps things up. If you've got any hamper filler ideas or craft ideas for gifts for men, please do drop me a comment in the comment box below, or send me an email to lizziedeanmakes@gmail.com. Shut up, James, you're so noisy.
It's not Lizzie Dean makes with us.
Thanks for watching, guys, and have a very Merry Christmas.